Have you ever worked really hard towards something, a goal, a version of your life, something you thought would finally make you feel like yourself, and then you got there and it was fine, but you still felt kind of empty, not crushed, just not full. Like you checked the box and the box was the wrong one. I'm Grace, and that feeling is exactly what Jesus puts his finger on in one of the most direct things he ever says. This is the Gospel of John, chapter 10, and it's for the fourth Sunday of Easter, Good Shepherd Sunday. There's one line in this passage that I think most people walk right past, and once you actually hear it, it changes what you thought the whole thing was about. Jesus is standing in front of the Pharisees, the religious leaders of Israel, and they have just thrown out a man Jesus healed because they did not want to believe what had happened. So Jesus starts talking, and he uses an image they would know. He describes a sheepfold. In his day, that was just a low stone enclosure, open to the sky where sheep were kept safe at night. One gate in, one gate out. Jesus says, anyone who climbs over the wall instead of walking through the gate is a thief and a robber. But the one who comes through the gate, he is the shepherd. The gatekeeper opens it for him, and the sheep hear his voice. The shepherd calls his own sheep by name and leads them out. When all his sheep are out, he walks ahead of them. They follow because they know his voice. A stranger, though, they will not follow. They will run the other direction. They do not recognize that voice. The Pharisees do not understand what he is saying. So Jesus says it again, more plainly. I am the gate for the sheep. Whoever enters through me will be saved. They will come in and go out and find pasture. And then he says this. A thief comes only to steal and slaughter and destroy. I came so that they might have life and have it more abundantly. I want to focus on that last line. Because Jesus doesn't say he came so we'd behave better. He doesn't say he came to give us a long list of rules. He says he came so we could have life. Real life. Life so full it's overflowing. And look at what he puts right before that. A thief comes only to steal and destroy. He puts the thief right next to himself and says, see the difference? One takes, one gives. Most of us have felt the thief without having a name for it. Think about the things you've chased because you thought they would finally make you feel like yourself. The approval you kept working for, the thing you thought would fix how you felt about your life, you got some of it, and it felt okay for a minute, and then it didn't, and you were more tired than when you started. That's what Jesus is describing. He's not talking about a literal criminal sneaking into a barn. He's talking about anything in your life that comes over the wall instead of through the gate, stuff that just takes your peace, your energy. That quiet part of you that knows something is still off. But then he says something totally different about himself. The shepherd calls his sheep by name, not, hey, sheep. By name, he knows each one, and they follow because they know his voice. They've heard it enough times to pick it out from every other voice out there. Most of us are surrounded by voices all the time. Voices telling us we're not enough yet. Voices that promise everything and leave us with nothing. After a while, they all kind of sound the same. And Jesus says his voice is different. You'll know it because it doesn't make you feel small. It makes you feel like yourself, like you're actually alive. That's what abundantly actually means. The Greek word for it means superabundant, overflowing, more than you expected, more than you even thought to ask for. It's not a promise that life will be easy. It's a promise that it'll be full, really full. And the gate thing matters too. A gate isn't a wall. Walls keep you out. A gate opens. The sheep go in and come out and find pasture. That's movement. That's life. It's not some locked room. It's a way through to somewhere good. The sheep know his voice because they've spent time listening to it. It's not some instant thing. They've just heard it enough that when he calls, they recognize it. And you can do that too. You can start paying attention. When something keeps leaving you emptier than before, that's not his voice. When something actually fills you, pay attention to that too. If you've been feeling drained, like something has been quietly taking from you, Jesus is looking right at that and naming it. That's the thief. That's not him. He came for the exact opposite. He came so your life could be full. You were made for more than empty. That is not a bumper sticker. That is a promise from the Gospel of John. If this episode gave you something, please like and subscribe and share it with someone who needs to hear it. We make one of these every week, and it genuinely helps us to know you are out there watching. And I want to ask you something specific. What is one thing in your life that fills you up, and what is one thing that quietly drains you? You do not have to have it figured out. Just name it in the comments. I am genuinely curious. I'm Grace. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.